Hey everybody, this is Peggy, and today I want to show you how I made this adorable little card. Is that too stinking cute? Can you see how it kind of hangs over the back? But this turns out to be an A2 size card, and I did my Naomi knot, and I don't know if I've ever showed that on this, on my YouTube videos, whatever you call this channel, but I can pull some stuff together and do that. So let me show you what I used. I used this new stitched ribbon that we have. These are in the new colors, 2014 to 2016, I think it's going to be. And this one's called the Blackberry Bliss. And as I've said in other videos, this makes the most awesome bows ever. Now on that particular card, I didn't do a bow, but check this out. There you go. And it's just the right stiffness so that your bow stays up. Isn't that cool? Alright, so there's that. Now, on this particular card, I just tied a knot. And I did it using what we call here in our little area, the Naomi knot. And I'll show you how I did that. Alright, so then I used the Kind Koala stamp. Now this is one of the single stamps that you get from Stampin' Up! That's on the wood block itself. And then I used the Peachy King. Now I used it, where did I use it? Oh yeah, for the Hello Friend. And you know, I don't know if this is retired or not. I'm going to have to look it up. I don't think it is. So I used the Hello Friend. I thought that would be a real cute one. And you know, of course, I'll run all this stuff at the back. And then I used our little Petite Petals punch for my little flower right here. Because what I ended up doing, let me just tell you about that. Oh, there we go. When I inked this up using the Memento ink, let me bring this a little closer. I inked it up, leaving this off and the U off. I just kind of inked in there, and then I took a little wet wipe, and I wiped off the words, and then I wiped off the flower because I wanted to use my punch for the flower. Now, when you wipe it off with a baby wipe like I did, make sure you also dry it with something dry. Otherwise, when you put your ink in there, it kind of smears a little bit and looks yucky. How do I know that? Yeah, I did it. Okay, so we used that. I just knocked a whole bucket of stuff over. Oh my goodness. Oh my word. There. It was right under my feet. I had to stop and do that. So sorry. Okay, but you know, I'm just me. And then I used the Petite Petals because I wanted to stamp my little flower. Isn't this too cute? 6 different ones that matches the punch. And then I used the Moonlight Designer Series paper. And I got my little honeycomb out of there, which is right there. And then on the other side was the dots because it's two-sided. So I was able to use one piece. Actually, I'll be able to use it for a couple other things. So there you are. So this is a really cool. In fact, I've already used almost all the ones. There's a purple, the Bliss, the Blackberry Bliss one that's stripes that I've already used in a class. So I'm going to have to order some more because I love it. So there you are. And of course, I saved all of these because that's a lot of paper. So let me just pull some stuff together here. And I want to show you how first that I measured to do this card. I started out by using, let me pull this back a little bit so you can see. I cut my card base at a 4x4, this way and this way. Now, I got this idea off of Split Coast Stampers. This is not a Peggy creation. I wish I could take credit for all of it, but I can't. So my card is let's see, well, you know what? It says it's a 4 1/4. See if I can measure it this way. It is 4 1/4. Well, I'll be darned. How about that? Here, I thought all this time it was 4. So 4 1/4 by 4 1/4. Went ahead and I cut my printed paper down to match. Of course, it's one piece, and I cut it in half just because you can see where it matches up there when I flipped it over. Then I cut my circle, and I went ahead and stamped this little guy. And again, I did not stamp the flower so that I could do my punch. So once I have my little circle on here, what I did is I kind of laid this so my card would be a 5 1/2 card. Like so. So here's my 5 1/2 here. Now, of course, you could have done it the other direction if you wanted to use your measuring things and say, oh, here's 5 1/2 right here, and I didn't do it that way. Just because I can see better here. So there's my 5 1/2. Then I took my circle with my flower on it, because see, my flower's touching, my circle's not. And I positioned the circle with the flower being at the top so that now my card is going to be a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, which is an A2 size card, fits in my envelope perfectly. And I think, you know, I think they called this the tent card. I think they call it a tent card at Split Coast Stampers, but that's how easy it is to do. Let me show you my Naomi knot. That is one of my favorite knots. So let me grab one more thing. Okay, so I use my big mouth punch. Now, this is just, you know what, let's see if I have a different piece. I don't. We're going to use this piece. Let's say this is my card, and I've decided I want my knot to be right there. Okay? So I'm going to be using, I don't know if you'll be able to see it there. Right there is the big hole punch, and that's right where I'm going to put my knot. Then I measure my ribbon, and I always cut myself way too much ribbon. 1, 2, let's cut it right there, like so. And you're going to take your two, let me bring this in a little bit so you can see a little closer. I'm going to take my 2 open ends, like so. Okay. Now this is going to be the front of my card. There's the back, and I'm going to bring it up through the back. Both open ends through the back. She says, like so. Then I'm going to take the loop part, making sure that they're both going the same, so I can have a nice smooth circle. And you just twist your ribbon in that hole until you get it going, so that I have a nice circle. I'm going to put that around. So I have a nice circle here, but when I pull these through, I may not have on the back. See how that twisted? So all you have to do is just keep twisting your ribbon until you get it to lay flat. The purpose of doing this is so that, for instance, say this is a whole card. Look how beautiful that is. And then it's not going to slide off, because the next thing you do is to put one under, one over, and then you tie yourself a knot or a bow, depending on how much ribbon you leave yourself. And it looks beautiful on both sides. Let me show you again. There's my knot, and here is the inside. Now you can see where I was not very good about getting it straight, but at least it's halfway decent there. Okay, there you are. Tied my knot, and that, we call it Naomi's knot. Now why do I do that? Because probably about 3-4 years ago I watched a video and a lady did that, and I thought, man, that is so cool. Well, I never used it. Then one day I decided to use it, figured it out, and said, okay, I'm going to do that. And I did. Well, then I couldn't find the lady's YouTube video that showed how she did it. Couldn't remember her name, of course. So there was a little girl on our street, and her name was Naomi, and I never could remember her name. So I thought, I was making this knot one day when she came in to play with my granddaughter, and she said, hi. Hi, Bubby. I said, hi. I forgot your name. She goes, it's Naomi. I goes, you know what? I'm going to call this knot Naomi knot. I will never forget your name again, and I never have. All right, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. All right, so you can make this adorable card with the Naomi knot using all these cute little things, and you can call yourself a card maker. There you are. I hope you enjoyed this quick video. You make sure to join back, because I've got lots more to show you. Have a great day. Bye.